Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time again for your Mission Prep Royals to return to Prep Sports Networks. I am Brian Stanley joining you tonight. And as always, my partner in crime for your Royals football, this varsity action kicking off the 2023 season, my partner in crime, Stephan Hodges, on the mic. How are you today, Stephan?
Doing great. For me personally, this is a great situation because we're playing where I like broadcasting a lot. I also spent some time broadcasting for Cal Poly, so spending some time out here a while. We're on the other side, but Alex G. Spano Stadium, huge change. The Royals are back, but they're not in the same place.
I was talking to Coach in the pregame show this week, or the coach's show, not the pregame show, but the coach's show, because this is the pregame show presented by Sunset Honda. And I was like, Coach, I really appreciate you bringing me along this year on the journey, because you're completing half of my goal in radio broadcasting and television broadcasting to broadcast in a college stadium, but I wanted it to be a college team. So I'm halfway there, half the journey completed, but we're still rocking and rolling. This Mission Prep Royals team looking to get some revenge from last year when they were blown out by the team they are hosting coming onto the field. Now the Bakersfield Christian Eagles coming from the west side of Bakersfield, making the journey over here on the 41 to play some ball, bringing the heat with them. Excuse me, the 46. 41 takes you to Fresno.
That's right, it does. I know all too well about that. Yeah, a little bit of a journey for Bakersfield. They're actually going to probably feel more at home here than Mission Prep, as Bakersfield's baking right now. It's real hot. It's going to be a little bit nicer for them out here. They're going to be a little bit more acclimated to come into a cooler climate. But that shouldn't stop Mission coming out and trying to spring a trap on them. Mission's playing at home. It's a much shorter journey. It's not quite a home game, but you're not 2 hours in a baking hot car that may or may not have AC, knowing how some high schools do it, coming all the way across through the valley to come here.
Let's talk about the Bakersfield Christian Eagles real quick, Stephan. A familiar name at the helm of this squad by the name of Darren Carr, the Carr family, well involved in Bakersfield Christian athletics, a name you're very familiar with through Fresno State.
Yeah, I spent some time at Fresno State, got my degree there, worked there. My time during there, Derek Carr was at quarterback for the most part. I was there a little bit afterwards. And it is a famous time for Fresno State. They did great with him at the helm. David Carr was there helping him get ready for the NFL. So I got to meet both those Carr brothers really well. I don't know Darren Carr quite as well. He's a Carr brother who was injured early on in his playing career, so he wasn't able to have the same pro career. Obviously, David Carr going first in his draft, Derek Carr going in the second round, but still playing the NFL, originally for the Raiders. Now he's going to be playing for the New Orleans Saints. I got to say, Darren's got to feel pretty good, even though he didn't make the big leagues, because he's got 2 NFL quarterbacks on call. If he's got any questions at all about what he does on the field. But I tell you what, he's so knowledgeable about football. I'm not sure how often he's picking up that phone to do anything other than maybe trash talk a little bit. They're very illustrious and competitive among each other, particularly in Call of Duty.
Well, the best information I could find is that his brother David is on the staff with him this year as the offensive coordinator. I could not confirm 100%, but I did find some information saying such data was out there. But we'll leave that to be. Other information about the Eagles: their president of their school and their organization in Bakersfield, Matthew Gwynn, and their athletic director is Sergio Furtado. Mission Prep Royals head coach David Schuster in his 7th season, 46-15 record. That's 75%, including playoff appearances. They are in Division 4. He is the offensive coordinator, head coach, and the defensive coordinator positions are shared by Eric Terry and Mondrick Thompson. And the principal is Mike Susank, and the athletic director, Kevin Hitchin. Assistant head coach is Darnell Harris. And here come your Royals making their entrance on the field. We don't know where they're marching in from, so this is news to us as it is news to you. Coming in from underneath us here as we stand on the visitors' bleachers in the press box opposite of the beautiful glassed-in, air-conditioned press box to the opposite side of our field, the west side. The sun setting to the west here in beautiful downtown San Luis Obispo on the campus of Cal Poly. We're inside Alex G. Spano Stadium, the field, Mustang Memorial Field, presented by French Hospital.
I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be doing the walk from today. I know the captains are currently at center field. Looks like Bakersfield Christian won the toss, going to defer to the second half. Of course, the locker room's right beneath us, so when the Royals are coming out, we'll see them pretty quickly.
The captains for the Eagles, Chase Furtado, number 4, number 12, Noah Ocampo, number 15, Bo Carr, and number 50, Luca O'Neill. For your Mission Prep Royals, the captains this year, number 1, linebacker Connor Lopez, number 11, halfback wide receiver Luke Terry, halfback defensive back number 21, Drew Harrigan, and the big lineman, Gabe Rodriguez, wearing number 60 tonight.
It's going to be a different Royals crew than what we saw last year, as was always the case in high school. And when guys graduate, funny story, can't play for that team anymore. So
really,
lot of players leaving from last year. Very talented class. You know, J.J. Howard, you know, Cole Tanner, the Lueras, R.J. Esmond. It's a long, illustrious list for the Royals. So the team that we're going to see take the field tonight, while the uniform looks very similar, if people feeling it can be very different. We're going to see a very different look, both on offense and on defense, for this Royal team to better fit the talents that are on the team, the guys that are playing.
And they're entering from the northwest end zone. Carrying the American flag, led by head coach David Schuster, the flag of Mission Prep. A little flare of the sun. Let's get ready for some football. Here comes your 2023 Mission Prep Royals. I couldn't hang on any longer. I was trying to hang on until they came out, but here we go. The Royals on the field, led by Drew Harrigan with the American flag. Connor Lopez carrying the Mission Prep flag. And we are ready to go with the captains leading the Royals onto the field. Luke Terry, Gabe Rodriguez at the helm there today. It is time for some football here on the campus of Cal Poly. What a beautiful day. Let's bring that score bug back in, Stephen.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, I can't remember the last time I was in this stadium and it was a bad day for football. Well, we'll get back to that in a second.
Safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Tonight, we join in unity with the Hawaiian people of Maui. We lift up all of them to you, Lord, and ask you to watch over them during this difficult time. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Please remain standing, remove your hats, and turn your attention to the Stars and Stripes as we honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose
Well, Stephen, with that note, it's time for some football. We are in the first quarter, getting ready for kickoff. And I'm happy to be back. It's been a long summer for me, waiting for some football, Friday Night Lights, and a little peek into the schedule before we get going. We have a Thursday night game this year.
Yeah, San Ynez down the road. That one got bumped to Thursday. Always exciting to get that little schedule mixed in there. Yeah, as I was saying, I've never seen a bad day for football here. Even when I was here for the Mud Bowl in 2016, the playoff game against San Diego, it still looked like a lot of fun to play down there. So Spano Stadium, fantastic place to play. We're down in the shadow of Bishop's Peak rather than Cerro San Luis, right by Poly Canyon. So
this kickoff and every kickoff for Mission Prep is sponsored by Sunset Honda. Check out Sonny's 0% APR financing on all 23 Sunset Honda models. Hurry before it's too late. And Stephen, this is going to be the first high school football game played in this stadium since 1998.
You know the teams that were in that game?
I do. Do you?
Lompoc and AG.
No. It was San Luis Obispo AG. 1990 Lompoc AG. That was Napoleon Kaufman's year.
1990 AG, that's right.
And here's the kickoff carried by Luke Terry from within the 5-yard line. He breaks loose out to the 20 and taken down. And that is not Luke Terry. Forgive me. That is Thomas Glenn with the return. And we're going to have a Royals first down.
Yeah, easy mistake to make. Luke Terry trading that number 14 in for a shiny new number 11. He's going to be that captain out there playing wide receiver as the Mission Prep Royals are going to take over. And like I said, going to be a new offense, but still going to have a lot of the same engines. Drew Harrigan still back there playing running back. He had a fantastic year last year for the Royals. I expect him to be a big part of the game tonight. Last year he crested over 1,300 yards, so we'll see what he's got today.
Xavier Wiseman, the center, hands a handoff up the middle, and a short gain for the back. And that back is Drew Harrigan taking the handoff from Drew Souza, the starting quarterback for tonight's action for Mission Prep.
It's going to need to be a big push from the offensive line here tonight, especially early. To get that kind of dominance that you want up front, you've got to wear down the defense. That requires having a low hip level. Hitting those pads at the right level is going to help conserve your energy, even though it's a little bit more energy cost at the outset.
Single receiver to the right side. Hand off to Harrigan once again. Scoots outside the tackle and gets across the 25 to the 26. That brings up a third down for Mission Prep. Still looking for that mountain air first down.
Mission Prep going with kind of a double wing look with that key feature fullback, running back type setup. Something very familiar to Poly fans from the early part of the 2000s, used both by Ellerson and Walsh. It's not quite the full triple option that they ran, but a very similar system what we're seeing so far.
Tight formation, single receiver to the left side. Spin, fake handoff. Luke Terry with it this time, trying to get outside the receiver, outside the numbers, and does not gain enough for the first down. And we're going to see the punt unit as he loses a yard. 4th down and 6 for Mission Prep.
And looking to do a little mix-up there. Fake give to Harrigan up the middle to Terry going out the outside. They just didn't have that contain taken care of, so unable to break contain. That's going to bring up the 4th down. Not a great series there for the Royals, but it had potential.
Esparza back to return the punt off by Glenn. A nice punt inside the 45 of Bakersfield Christian and quickly pulled down after returning, and the tackle goes to Ronnie Kardashian.
What a tackle by Ronnie Kardashian, getting all the way down. We were just talking about keeping contain on the offense. There we see the contain on the punt cover. Ronnie Kardashian running down, no gain, despite a very athletic returner in Joshua Esparza.
So 3 and out for the Mission Prep Royals. First possession for the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. And their first game, this first game of the 2023 season here for both squads. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of their own. Man in motion. Shotgun snap. Pass down the line to the right side, looking for a screen. Coming back across the field to his left side. Gets past Luke Terry. Chase Furtado with a nice carry after the reception coming across field.
Chase Furtado, the leading receiver coming back this year, had 22 receptions for 436 yards last year, 3 touchdowns. He's also a big force on defense. He had 9 interceptions and 5 pass deflections at defensive back. He's going to be a big player in this game.
So 1 completion on the night so far for Talon Mather. 2 for Furtado, 3-man front defense for the Royals. Handoff to Esparza. And Esparza with a short gain out to the 35-yard line of the Royals.
Connor Lopez doing a great job cutting in and getting that tackle near the backfield. Got a small gain out of it, but just a good job running through. The linebackers are going to be a real emphasis in this defense. They're running a 3-4 versus their 4-2 from last year. So expect the linebackers to be very active, blitzing through the line and kind of mixing things up. So you have a more varied look than we had last season.
2 plays to get across into Mission Prep territory. And the Eagles still pushing, trying to fly high here in their first game. And a handoff, and quickly brought down is Esparza. And in on the tackle is Armin Clayton.
Even Fairless in there as well, just catching him and the momentum carrying him forward. The Royals are doing a good job between the tackles right now. When those plays are happening, they're bouncing it to the outside. It's a good sign of health for this defense, where you're seeing the D-line really dig in and the linebackers forcing things to harder locations. The Eagles are getting yards now, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to keep that up if you can't win that yardage between the tackles.
A shift at the line for the defense. Quarterback on the run. Mather looking for some clearance. Taken out of bounds. And Nozil makes the tackle. And that's going to be a first down for the Eagles.
A surprise snap. Talon Mather just getting an improv play in there. I think everyone else was waiting for that second hut after, the ball was already in his hands. Rolls out of the pocket, gets that yardage. Good job by Jaden Nozil tracking him down with that speed. We saw so much of it last season. Looked like he got even faster this offseason.
Jaden Nozil putting in some work for this team early on in this game. Mather in the shotgun. Looks down. Pass out to the right side. Complete, quickly taken down. And the receiver, Chase Furtado, with the completion.
And then chased down by Chase Hunter. A lot of chasing happening there. Mission Prep trying to force Bakersfield to keep this up tempo. As the faster you go in this type of offense, the more likely you are to make mistakes, especially early in the season. So making them make those quick plays, that's a good sign for this defense, even though they're kind of bleeding yardage right now. Be a little bit flexible here early.
Mather working in the shotgun, man in motion from the back, and we have moving at the line. Flags flying everywhere.
And it's Ethan Fairless, I think, right over the center. It's going to get this call. And at least he finished through. You always hear that when it comes to linemen. If you're going to jump, at least get the good jump. And I think he frustrated the center there a little bit, getting across as quick as he did, even though it was a false start.
Get the good jump and make that contact. Let him know you're there. Next time he'll be thanking the whispers and the tippy toes. And Mathers up the middle. And Mathers scoots his way inside the 5. That's going to be a 1st and goal for the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. And we have 7:16 on the clock here in the first quarter.
And this game is moving quickly, but right now, Mission's got to find a way to fill those gaps and come down. They've got a huge nose tackle up there when it comes to Ethan Fairless. So trying to control those A-gaps is going to be a real priority, and then work to the outside of that. I could see them going for a quick throw, but it's going to have to be fast.
Shotgun snap, hands off, fakes the handoff. Quick pass, incomplete, intended for the running back, Colton Thorson.
And a good job by the defense. They didn't over-pursue on that. If you watch that play, they got to the backfield, moved their feet, but didn't let themselves get sucked upfield. That's what they were hoping to get, was with that draw screen and just a quick dump off to the running back. The defense had their head on their shoulders, looked around, found the running back, incomplete pass.
The Eagles taking their time in the huddle. 6:51 on the clock. The clock is stopped following an incomplete pass. And Mather in the shotgun once again, single back in the backfield, Esparza. Home crowd chanting for the Royals. Esparza takes the handoff, gets met at the line of scrimmage by a bunch of Royal bodies holding him from the end zone, getting up to the 1 yard line. And that brings up a third and goal for the Eagles.
If you're a defender, this is what you've been waiting for all season, getting that chance to really show what you're made of when you're up against the wall. It's going to be offense versus defense, big guys on big guys. This is an exciting play if you enjoy playing defense or one of those physical positions.
Mather in the shotgun, back in the backfield with him. Ball comes loose, and Mather has to fall on it. And back at the 10-yard line, that's an 8-yard loss on a bad snap.
And it looks like their center just got a little too excited. It wasn't a great snap, and as a result, they're going to have to settle for 3. You have that kind of quasi position when you're on the 1 yard line of, well, you know, we should probably get a touchdown out of this drive, but now no choice. Back it up, get the kicker out there.
Inside 6 minutes now here in the first quarter inside Alex G. Spano Stadium. And here comes the kicker, Simon Nykamp. Senior standing 6'4", 170 pounds. And they go for the fake. And the fake, no good. The Royals hold here on 4th down, stuffing the Eagles, shutting them out of the end zone, keeping the points off the board.
59-yard drive when they needed 60. That's a heartbreaker for the Eagles, but boy, did the Royals come up big. Not only did they stop them on the goal line, but when it came time for the field goal, they recognized the fire call, didn't let the kicker get that pass off. Nothing being made of it. Royals ball. Great job by the defense, just scavenging what they could out of there. As a result, it's still a tie game.
And a tie game it is. Royals with the ball. We're still scoreless, 0-0. And a jump at the line. We'll see who it's on.
It's like Noah Campo getting flagged on this one. This is a very aggressive D-line. And I particularly keep my eyes on number 15 there, Bo Carr. Last season, he had 8.5 sacks, and he was a fierce force in the game against Mission Prep. So keep an eye on him, that stand-up D end.
At the end, handoff to Drew Harrigan once again, and here comes Carr chasing him down from the opposite side of the line. And Harrigan with a short gain. Not able to gain much on that one, but a hair and a lash.
Well, about 4 yards. It's going to be second and short here. And I really
sorry.
like what I saw there from Drew Harrigan, because he patiently let the runners in front of him, the blocking set up a run for him so he could just follow them up. It didn't look like he went far as a result because he was moving with the crowd.
I got mixed up on my down markers on the sideline. And the pitch to Harrigan this time, he's pushing forward and gains just enough for that first down. So that 4 yard, which I said was a hair and a lash, was a hair and a lash this time. Just enough.
There you go. And what I really like about that play, it's a pitch dive, which sounds a little bit weird when you think about it, because normally when you're pitching it, you're trying to get that extra space away from the line of scrimmage. Well, the dive play, you're trying to get as quick to the line of scrimmage as you can. Well, the pitch dive allows the quarterback to get involved here. New quarterback, we haven't talked about him much yet, Drew Souza. He's got a big frame on him. He's normally an O-lineman. And here, you can see he's not afraid to go block, and that's what allowed Drew Harrigan to get that extra hair and a lash to get the first down.
We're in 4 minutes and 30 seconds now. Handoff again to Harrigan, and Harrigan bulldozes his way to the 25-yard line. And that's a 4-yard gain for Harrigan. And the Mission Prep Royals facing a 2nd and 6.
Well, last season, Harrigan's first 100-yard game was in the first game of the year against Bakersfield. I expect him to get a lot of play here tonight. He's already at 4 carries, I believe, and 5 carries because it's going to be a second down here. But he's going to be the engine maker. He's going to be the guy that's going to decide on the offense what's going to be happening. And the line in front of him, going to try and get those lanes going for him.
Second drive of the quarter for the Royals. And the pitch to Harrigan once again. We haven't seen much passing here from the Royals as Harrigan is the main guy carrying the ball. And he comes up short of the 30, a yard short of the down marker, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for Mission Prep yard line from Mission Prep, 3rd and 1.
Something the Eagles are doing really well is keeping contained. You'd expect with Drew Harrigan pounding it down the middle that those inside linebackers are getting a little bit tired. The outside linebackers will have to come infill a little bit. But so far, those outside linebackers staying to the outside. The pitch game hasn't been as effective as it could be. A lot of times you catch those guys looking inside. Hasn't happened yet.
Spin the handoff to Harrigan once again. Met in the backfield this time and shut down on 3rd down at the line of scrimmage. Bringing up a 4th and 2 now for Mission Prep as Bo Carr speaking to the white hat.
As Carson Greer, his counterpart on the other side, making the tackle there, just slipped the block and got into the backfield. It's a tough call for Mission Prep here, but they're not going to take their chances. They're going to go ahead and punt. I think that's a smart call here early and deep in your own territory, but still worth a little bit of discussion as it's only 4th and a long 1.
Josh Esparza back to receive. Thomas Glenn with the punt. At the 50, takes a dead bounce, rolls to the sideline, and it's going to be a Eagles ball at their own 48-yard line, 52 yards for pay dirt.
Well, they're going to have a similar length of field to go for the touchdown here. Last time they got it all the way down to the 1. This time they're going to have a little bit further to go, but that offense was clicking at a good rate. It's going to take a big play from the defense to knock them out of this rhythm that they've got going so far.
And Via Automotive is our first quarter sponsor. Their motto is our family taking care of your family. Via Automotive takes it to heart. Check them out for your automotive and auto body repair needs. Via Automotive in San Luis Obispo. And a bad carry from the pressure at the line from Connor Lopez results in a short carry for Mathen.
Well, it looked like
Mather.
Connor Lopez combining with Sean Rivas in the backfield there. As Mather had a quick look, didn't quite get what he was looking for. And as he tried to go to plan B, well, Connor Lopez took it away. Plan C, used the feet, didn't get much.
And one more thing about Via Automotive, they are a proud supporting sponsor of Mission Prep Royals football and athletics year in and year out. They have experienced many problems with many cars, and they probably can find ones you don't know. Diagnose them, I mean. And the handoff up the middle. Big carry. Connor Lopez getting in on that tackle. And the big carry from the big fullback, Colton Thorson.
And we were talking about how well the Royals have been doing between the tackles. Didn't quite manifest there. Big gain from a play that you don't expect to see a lot out of. Switch out at nose tackle is now going to be Xavier Wiseman coming in. We'll see what he's going to be capable of. The Royals are really in a good position this year because you have what are called these two-gap players, guys that can plug in and plug both the gap that they're assigned to and the one next to it. They're pretty good position there as far as nose tackle goes, with a couple guys over 300 pounds.
Approaching 30 seconds to go here in the first frame. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. They're in Royals territory as Mather drops the ball, pass out to the left side, complete to Furtado, and chased down quickly by Clayton. And Armand Clayton prevents the first down, bringing up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, that's the danger of those comeback routes. Your momentum's carrying you back towards the line of scrimmage. If he had caught that ball where the route broke, that would have been a first down, but instead he let his feet carry him all the way back behind the stick. And that's going to be the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Via Automotive first quarter. Check Via Automotive out here in downtown San Luis Obispo. They have the equipment to diagnose and repair almost any problem with your car, and any problem that they may not be able to figure out, they will figure out, because that's Via Automotive's solution. We'll be right back.
Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
Welcome back to Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Mustang Memorial Field. We are tied 0-0 as the Eagles are faced with a 4th and 3 following the second defensive stop on 3rd down on back-to-back drives by the Mission Prep Royals, and they're going for it on 4th down. A delayed handoff to Johnson, and Johnson breaks loose down the sideline. He's at the 5, and that's a touchdown, Bakersfield Christian. A 45-yard carry for Dylan Johnson. And kicking things open here in the second quarter, Bakersfield Christian on the board.
Another one of those big wide receivers returning this year for Bakersfield Christian. Here he's used as a sweep option, gets all the way to the outside, and that's a huge inflection point in this game because if Mission gets the stop, they've got the ball. Instead, now, Bakersfield Christian's in the lead, and Mission's not going to get a ball back until this kickoff. So losing that little bit of contain, having a huge point in this this contest. We'll see how it goes going forward.
And here's the extra point, up and good. And Nightcamp with the extra point. Our score is 7-0 here in the second quarter, 11:51 on the clock. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai, San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium Boar's Head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
$11:51 here in the second quarter. Alex G. Spano Stadium, Mustang Memorial Field on the campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. We're getting ready to kick off again from the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. Nightcamp booting it back. On this kickoff, a squib kick. High, short kick to the Eagles, to the Royals from the Eagles. Drew Harrigan with a short return at the 30-yard line, catching it on the numbers. 11:48, second quarter. Royals first down. Royals need to do something to stay with this game. The JV game did not go the Royals' way. Quickly blown out in the first half, leading to a running clock in the second.
Yeah, it's a 54-0 final. We were way off pace for that. So Royals still very much in this game. They've got to find that drive. So far, they've had 1 first down across their 2 first drives. Drew Harrigan's been running the ball well, but there hasn't been a lot of room up front. Like I said, that pad level is going to be very important, not just tonight, but going forward. It's got to be those big good habits that you want to have if they want to succeed in the league as well as they did last year.
Drew Souza under center. Harrigan in the backfield. Takes the pitch out to the right side, looking to cut the corner. Outside the hashes. Can't get very far out to the 35-yard line. And that is about a 3-yard gain for the senior captain.
Well, that was Ronnie Kardashian that was carrying the ball there. His first varsity carry for the Royals here. But following the steps of George Kardashian last year, who also filled in for Drew Harrigan here and there during the first game last season. Of course, Ronnie did well for the JV team last season. And remember, he particularly looked real good against Aptos. I was watching that game last year, and I think he's going to fit in just well on this varsity roster.
22 and 21 look the same from my angle. I do apologize, Ronnie Kardashian. And a throw over to the right side, incomplete. A little high over the head of Carter Moreau. Carter Moreau.
Yeah, changing up the looks. Just looks like they're kind of kicking the tires on different ideas. Changing up backs. You know, you always hear, oh, you don't want to do change for change's sake. Well, what they had on the first 2 drives wasn't moving the ball quite as well. So you give the defense a few more options to chew on. Then sometimes you can come back to that original option because they're going to be playing more honest. It's going to be much more effective.
Spread offense, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, single back. Drew under center, and a snap up the middle with a handoff, and gain enough for the first down. And that's a good carry for Ronnie Kardashian. A big gain and a first down, a Mountain Air first down. Give them some fresh air, a fresh breath of life out of that offensive line.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. You spread everyone out, get them away from the center and all of that, and that allows that dive play to hit just perfectly. Ronnie Kardashian finding the seam in the defense and getting all the way into Eagle territory.
10:40 on the clock. We're in the second quarter. Royals trail by 7 to the Bakersfield Christian. Drew Souza reels it out far and deep, a little over the head of the intended receiver, Captain Luke Terry, standing 5'11". And Souza comes with an arm.
Souza's got an arm, and he was doing a good job finding that space where the defensive back wasn't. You know, it's easy to talk about overthrows and, oh, you know, it's a tough thing. You'd always rather see an overthrow than an underthrow, especially in that fade situation. You underthrow it, it's a turnover. You overthrow it, you got another chance on second down.
Souza under center, 2 to receivers to his right, 2 to his left. The pitch to Kardashian, and quickly in the backfield is that defense to gobble him up. And leading the charge is senior Luca O'Neill. And that's a loss of 5 for Mission Prep. That is 3rd and 15 now.
I'd be surprised if that guy's not on the wrestling team. Look like a snap takedown into a cattle catcher for the tackle. I'm not sure that's legal in football. He's around the neck, but it's going to lead to a long 3rd down for the Royals. They're going to have to find a way to get that yardage through the air. Haven't had a completed pass yet in this game, and we're getting into the middle of the second.
Mission Prep looking for their first score of the night. Second quarter, 9:44 on the clock and running. Drew Souza steps back. Rainbow fired shot, and pass interference is going to be called on this one as Joshua Esparza ties up with Jaden Noziel. And Noziel end up eating turf on that one.
Well, we've already seen the speed of Noziel earlier in this game. He's on defense there, though. There Noziel was starting to hit his second gear and just got shoved to the ground by Josh Esparza. Esparza was probably expecting a little bit of contact there and pushed against it, but no contact came, and that's just clear PI.
And that is going to be a first down for the Royals, a Mountain Air first down.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Mountain Air has been in downtown San Luis Obispo since 1975 for all your outdoor adventure needs. Check them out, the Mountain Air.
Well, they're subbing the personnel group pretty heavily right here. Looks like Drew Harrigan going to be back in the huddle. They're bringing in some of their bigger personnel, too. So they could be going back to that run game now that they're deeper into Eagle territory. And with Drew Harrigan back there, expect some power runs. That guy is a freight train when he gets the ball in his hands. I would not be wanting to stop him.
5-man front for the defense. Harrigan with the handoff. Taken down in the backfield. And quickly penetrating the offensive line was Trent Martin. And that is a 3-yard loss for Harrigan. Bringing up a 2nd and 13 from the 34-yard line. 9:14 on the clock.
Earlier in the broadcast, I talked about the patience that Drew Harrigan has, which a lot of power backs kind of lose, especially on plays like that. He can't let that tackle for a loss bother him. He's got to learn, be able to trust his own line and follow those blockers. He's been doing a great job of it in this game so far. You know, sometimes when you get tackled from behind like that, you try and speed up the clock. He's got to be ready and be a team player.
Man in motion. Luke Terry takes the handoff. And Terry quickly taken down by Josh Esparza. Not able to go very far. And that looked like a side suplex to me.
Yeah, he's wrapped around the block and got him from behind there a little bit. So going to be a little bit of a tough situation again. Another 3rd and long. And last time they got the first down with a pass interference on a fade route down the sideline. They're saying they're heavy personnel, so I'm not sure if that's going to be the play call here. There's a lot of things they can do from this personnel grouping, but I'm not sure it's really going to be and it's not a light setup. It's going to be a heavy set.
Mission Prep still looking for their first trip to the end zone, and falling on the ball after stumbling, stepping away from the line of scrimmage was Drew Souza, and that brings up a 4th down for Mission Prep. It's going to be 4th and 16 for the Royals, and this is going to bring on the punt unit.
And that's one of those frustrating situations that happens in first games at every high school. You know, you end up tripping here and there. You have a bad snap like we saw Bakersfield have earlier. And unfortunately, you just kind of got to brush it off as first game, but it is frustrating.
And the punt is away. This is a good punt. And it's retrieved by Esparza at the 5-yard line. And he gets out to the 15 before he's dragged out of bounds. A nice punt by Thomas Glenn inside the 5-yard line.
A beautiful punt. And good job covering as well to keep it inside the 20. It's going to be right around that 10-yard line. So good job by Chase Down on the chase down, pulled him back out of bounds. Excuse me, it's going to be on the 14-yard line as the referee moves back to where he spotted the ball. So still good field position. This is going to be the longest field that the Eagles have had to deal with. So the pressure's got to be a little bit off the defense right now. They know they can flex a little bit more and they can get a little bit more aggressive here at the start of the drive.
And knowing that this offense can play deep with the deep ball.
Timeout, Eagles.
Eagles want to talk this one over, so we're going to let them, and we're going to join them in the timeout. Our score is 7-0. Bakersfield Christian leads Mission Prep. 7:17 on the clock.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Parkway off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you.
It's time for an MPG upgrade at Sunset Honda.
Save big with Sunny's end of summer deals at Sunset Honda. Like 3.29% financing for 60 months on select pre-owned Hondas. Or take advantage of $1,250 in Honda loyalty on every new Ridgeline and get 2 years of free scheduled maintenance.
Welcome back to action. 7:17 on the clock, second quarter. Coming out of the Eagles timeout. They snap the ball, hand it off. Short gain up the middle to Esparza. Esparza gaining a couple yards, looking for a big field drive. It's going to be an 86-yard drive if they complete it. They got less than 7 minutes to go now. This defense came up clutch, shutting down the Bakersfield Christian Eagles on a 4th and 2, pushing them back. So let's see what the defense can do now. 6:40 on the clock. Mather working from the shotgun, 2 receivers or 2 backs to each side, 1 to each side. There we go. Handoff or pass. Excuse me, I'm losing my words here. And that's going to be a first down for the Eagles, completed to Colton Thorson. And Morrissey making the stop for Mission Prep.
Yeah, big gain there for the Eagles. Just as you said, this is a wide open offense. They're very much the modern style, wing it out, toss it around. And unfortunately for the Royals, that's just one of those deals where you got to have every guy locked up. You never know who's going to end up with the ball in their hands, and the Eagles can pop that out at any time.
3-man defense, defensive line for Mission Prep. Esparza in motion. Pass tipped away by Armin Clayton. The linebacker getting his paws on it, standing 6'1", bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Stopping the clock at 6:01 on the clock.
If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up is exactly what Armin Clayton did there. Shot both of his hands, got him on the ball. Looked like he's going to even haul that one in. Beautiful play by the linebacker playing down near the line of scrimmage on that kind of flat coverage.
Trips to his left, single receiver to his right. Looking to throw. That pass complete to Furtado. And we had a quarterback change on that one. That was Lincoln Adam
first down for the Eagles.
throwing the ball. I don't know if we caught that earlier, but Lincoln Adam is in the game at QB, replacing starting quarterback Talon Mather.
Well, this was expected part of the plan for Bakersfield Christian. They changed out their entire quarterbacks. And all the ones from last year graduated out. So they're letting this early part of the season be a quarterback battle for the opening position. So as much as Mather was the starter, is an expected change in this game.
Looking to throw, checks down receivers. Plenty of time in the backfield. Knocked over the middle, and the hands on the ball coming by way of Armin Clayton once again, making his presence known over the middle.
Give some credit to Ronnie Kardashian in coverage there, too. The wide receiver never had a chance to come back to the ball. He's, in fact, looking for a PI call as Kardashian cleared his man out on the deflected ball. Once that ball's been deflected, it's all been for themselves. You can no longer have that pass interference call. So Kardashian doing a good job in the back, just clearing things out, making sure there's no weird tip ball drill going on.
Lincoln Adam in the backfield with Esparza. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Showing rush. Looking handoff up the middle. Esparza fooling the defensive line, and we have a flag coming out of the backfield. The back judge flying that one out to the 40-yard line, showing his distance on that 15-yard throw for that flag.
Yeah, it could be a hold, or it could be something on the defense. It's tough to tell. It's right near where one of the tackle attempts was. So this could be coming back, or they could be tacking on. Looks like illegal block in the back downfield. So this will stay within the chains probably and bring up another second down.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
And that takes them back to the 50-yard line. They're sitting at midfield. And Stephen, while they're bringing in the call here, something Coach texted me before the game. They were going to use a wider hash mark set because high school plays on a wider hash marks. But they're not doing that tonight. They're playing with college hash marks.
Well, you know, sometimes it's easier to put it where the actual line is versus where the cone is in the backfield.
And being chased down, Connor Lopez with the sack on Lincoln Adam, the first sack of the year for Mission Prep. And Connor Lopez getting the 7-yard loss, the 5-yard loss on that sack. That brings up a third down and 13 now.
I really admire the way Connor Lopez plays. He makes contact with outstretched hands. It's almost like a stiff arm for a running back. That keeps the block from able to get to him, is able to shed it quicker and keep his legs moving during that whole process. So he never loses speed while he's in pursuit, and he's got a great nose for the ball. There you see it on the sack, but you'll see it between the tackles as well.
Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Adam looking to throw over the middle. That pass complete to the big receiver, Jack Doss. That's actually the tight end, 6'3", 190 pounds. I would say more like probably 205 on that big body.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and he's one of many on this Eagles team. The Royals just dropped back into a zone, and the Eagles found the nice soft spot in that zone coverage and placed the ball perfectly. Got to give a lot of credit there to Adame as well as Doss for that connection. The Royals were in good position, and just a well-executed pass play by the Eagles.
3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Our score 7-0. Eagles lead the Royals. Eagles pushing here wearing their road whites. Lincoln takes the snap, looking for a deep pass, fires it out to the right side. That pass completed to Dylan Johnson, who already has a touchdown on the night with a run.
With the reception.
And the body's uncovered at the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down and about 4 for the Eagles. And we're in 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll break down first half action. We'll discuss what the Eagles have done well and what the Royals need to do to improve to get back into this one. As the Eagles' drive started back at the 14-yard line of their own. They're looking for pay dirt once again. 2nd and 3. Shotgun position for Adam. Ball's loose. Royals come up with it. That's Royals' ball. And recovered by Champ Morrissey. The defensive end quickly on the ball on the bad snap from Adam to Esparza. And Mission Prep with 2:25 to work with to get something on the ball before they go into the locker room at the break.
And we talked about unforced errors in game one earlier tonight and how it's bound to happen. You're going to have those bad exchanges. You're going to have those snaps. You're going to have people miss the cadence. It's up to you how you respond to that. And that was Champ Morrissey responding with a clear head and clear eyes, jumping on the ball and getting the Royals the ball back here late in the first half.
Three receivers to the left, one to the right. That's a backwards pass, and that's a forward pass to Luke Terry. He's wide open in the completion into the end zone. That bounce pass, that is a touchdown. Mission Prep. 35, whoa, let me do the math. That is a 65-yard touchdown pass.
Nice little fake play there. That ball went backwards, so it's a legal ball. It's the equivalent of a pitch. Doesn't matter if it hits the dirt or not. And then just a beautiful job following through as all the Eagles saw is an incomplete screen pass. What a touchdown for the Royals.
And the Royals back on the board with a little trickery. 2:14, one play. Our score is 6-7. Royals look for the extra point here, tie this one up before the break.
Well, another trip to the pay dirt for Mission Prep, and as always, that touchdown is presented by KD Capital Mortgage Corporation, committed to helping you find the right mortgage product for your needs. Visit them at kdcapmtg.com to learn more.
KD Capital right there, Royals touchdown as we have a Royals timeout. Let's go to a KD Capital commercial.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
And the extra point still to come following the Luke Terry touchdown.
2-point conversion, good for Drew Harrigan, right off the guard into the end zone. A beautiful running lane there. I'll put the Royals up 8-7.
8-7 is the score. Royals lead. And the Royals have taken the lead here at Alex G. Spano Stadium. We'll be right back.
The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
5 yards, a 2-point conversion, and a score of 8-7.
Well, our score is 8-7. Mission Prep leads following a Luke Terry 65-yard touchdown reception, followed by a 2-point conversion by Drew Harrigan.
Well, now we're going to see the kickoff unit for the Royals, and right now it's going to be on them to stay aggressive through this. They've got the momentum in this game. The Eagles probably feel pretty foolish after that. It is a perfectly legal backward bounce pass that led to a deep play reception for Luke Terry. So they've got to find a way to get the Eagles while they're still befuddled.
And this kickoff presented by Sunset Honda. Check them out for 0% APR at Sunset Honda before all their 2013 models are gone. And taken down inside the 35-yard line on the return is Dylan Johnson. And 2:09 on the clock for Bakersfield Christian, trailing by 1 here in the first half.
Gabe Almada downfield making that tackle on the kickoff cover. It gets a little bit hairy when you have a runner going across the lanes like that. That's always why they tell players they got to stay in their lanes. That means, hey, between this yardage and this yardage, you've got to go upfield and keep this area. Exactly what Almada did there, coming in and helping swarm to the ball after that kick was fielded.
Adam working for a shotgun, looking for a receiver, passes down. Pass complete to Thorson. And Thorson taken out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain. Approximately, that's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
And the Eagles are going to use the boundaries a lot throughout this drive. Try and keep that clock as full as possible. Make sure that they can get to the end zone. We'll also keep an eye to make sure the Royals don't have a lot left should they get the ball back.
3-man front on the defensive line for the Royals. A lot of the people in the backfield. Pass over the middle, intercepted by Ronnie Kardashian. As that hot tamale was fired over the middle by Adam and knocked out and picked out of the sky. Mission Prep with another chance to score here with just 4 seconds off the clock, below 2 minutes. I said that very difficultly.
Just talking about how the Royals needed a big play to stay in this game, and Ronnie Kardashian answering the call. He's had a fantastic game tonight. Had that long run that got them into the Eagles territory for the first time earlier in this quarter. They're making that interception happen when the Eagles got to feel the world's coming down around them. A botch snap, a touchdown allowed on a trick play, and now an interception. That's not a great middle quarter to have.
156. Our score 8-7. A delayed handoff to Harrigan. Harrigan trying to get the wheels of steel going, trying to get the train rolling. And he has a big gain up the middle, bringing it across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
A perfect read there, too. The linebackers were waiting for him to the outside. He had the option to take it out that way, kept his eyes to the sideline, and then cut up to the center where he had that lane. Big gain for the big running back.
2nd and 2 for the Royals. A handoff again and a short gain. This one might be enough for the first down. And they're going to move the change. First down, Mission Prep Royals. And that's a Mountain Air first down for all your outdoor needs. Check out Mountain Air. The Mountain Air has been in downtown since 1970.
Good kick out there. I think it's Champ Morrissey on the kick out block, just coming across the offensive line and making that lane happen for the first down.
Rolling out. Souza looking for a pass. The pass incomplete. The intended target was Champ Morrissey.
And just a tough situation there for Souza. He rolled back and had someone in his face, so he made the smart decision. He could have thrown off his back foot. That would have lofted the ball and really been a dangerous situation. It wouldn't have had a lot of power behind it. Could have ended up as a turnover. Instead, got his composure back, rebased, tossed it again. It was an incomplete pass, but it wasn't a dangerously thrown ball. It went straight to the feet of Champ Morrissey, where it just brings up 2nd down.
2 receivers to each side for the quarterback. Drew Souza, single back in the backfield. Souza hands it off to the back and up the hash mark. Short gain for Ronnie Kardashian. And the clock continues to, we have a timeout now. And we're going to take the timeout with them. We'll be right back. Mission Prep football rolls on. Presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Coming out of the timeout, our score is 8-7. Mission Prep leads. Mission Prep with the ball following an interception by Ronnie Kardashian. Making an impact in this contest in the first half. 53 seconds on the clock for Mission Prep. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. It is 3rd down and 9. And this time, timeout Mission Prep. So we'll join Mission Prep in this timeout. We'll be right back.
Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no 5th quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
Stephen, the Royals face a 3rd and 9 with 53 seconds on the clock. They are 33 yards from the end zone. They lead by 1. What can they do right now to get in the end zone or get closer to get this to close out this quarter with a touchdown?
Well, the key right now is to not rush to the end zone. It's clear that Bakersfield is trying to conserve the clock as well. They've just got to do what they need to move the chains. The end zone will come to them if they just keep moving.
Souza steps back. High arcing pass out to the right side. Pass. No good. Waved off. Incomplete pass. Nozil, the intended target, out on the left side. And that brings up a 4th and 9 from the 33. I would say at this point, you just keep the unit on the field and keep the punter on the sideline.
And a little hitch and go attempt there. It looks like they're going to be going for it here. Souza's still talking to Coach Schuster there on the sideline. I think they're trying to see if there's any room, and they're going to take a timeout.
And a timeout taken once again by Mission Prep with 48 seconds to go in the half. Royals lead 8-7. Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
Steven, what do you think Coach Schuster is talking over with his team about right now?
Right now, they're probably talking about what they feel most confident in, and it sounds like they couldn't find an answer, so it looks like they're going to be going to a punt. Typically, you want to do what the players are most comfortable with. If there's a little bit of discussion about that, if they're not quite sure where to go, well, go with the safe option. In this case, that option's the punt.
The punt unit out. Glenn Thomas boots this one away, looking for the corner kick. Oh, drills him and not allowing the catch. That's going to be a flag. And that was a drill at the 1-yard line. He tattooed him. Welcome to the Central Coast, Alex G. Spano Stadium. This is Mission Prep football. How you doing?
Well, probably not too great after that. There's going to be 2 flags on the field, pretty clear penalty. They're going to move them out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Still going to be one of those going deep situations. Mission Prep's got to make sure that they've got their defensive backs deep for a deep shell. You always hear, oh, well, the prevent defense prevents you from winning. And that's really not the case. A lot of times it's game-winning situations, that kind of stuff. This is an inflection point in this game, just as that 4th down that they scored on earlier was. Right now, Mission's got to just limit the damage, make sure that at best they get into Mission Prep territory. Hopefully you get an interception, something like that, but we'll see.
That's a 15-yard penalty. First down for the Eagles.
So the 15-yard penalty gives the Eagles the ball at the 16-yard line. Still inside the 20. I guess that's the best thing you could do is take the penalty. And that's a bad snap. And Mather falls on it. And that's a bad start as the clock continues to run. We're in third side, 30 seconds here in the first half. Alex G. Spano Stadium, you're watching Mission Prep Football on PSN-TV. I'm Brian Stanley. You're joined with me by Stephen Bo. Oh, my God. I'm ruining it tonight.
Don't worry, only how many years together?
Yeah. Stephen Hodges, Thomas Bowden. I'm shaking the rust off.
There we go.
This shaky press box that we're in.
9-yard loss on the play brings up second
Oh,
down.
that'll be it for the first half. And it's been a hot tamale, according to Charles Summerdown.
Oh, that's what I said. They fired the hot tamale over the middle.
As this game has not gone to plan for really either team. It's been the unplanned errors, the unforced errors as well that have really dictated this game. It's 8-7 Mission Prep, and it's been a wild one. So there's no telling how this one's going to go and what will happen going forward.
No telling. We are 8-7. We're going into the break, and our first half has been exciting. So we're going to go ahead and let the cheerleaders have their fun, and we'll be right back.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
It's time for an MPG upgrade at Sunset Honda.
Save big with Sunny's end of summer deals at Sunset Honda. Like 3.29% financing for 60 months on select pre-owned Hondas. Or take advantage of $1,250 in Honda loyalty on every new Ridgeline and get 2 years of free scheduled maintenance with any new 23 Honda.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Trade in your gas guzzler today and get 1,000 over Kelly Blue Book from the start.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
We take this mission prep break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Gino's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Gino's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create-a-party ambiance anywhere, anytime comfort foods. Get down to Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell them the Royals sent you.
As the road you travel changes, so can your insurance needs. Talking with Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White can help you assess whether you're ready for the journey ahead. Call Farmers Agent Jennifer White today at 805-592-1272. That's Jennifer White at 805-592-1272.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no fifth quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
Welcome to the halftime show. We got 5 minutes. We've lost Thomas, and we're going to talk a little bit of sports here. Josh Schuster chiming in. Brian and Stanley. I guess I'm two people now.
There you go.
You're changing names. I'm becoming two people. Thomas just disappeared again. He's the invisible man. So, you want to be our sideline reporter? What do you think, Stephen?
I don't know.
Is he hired?
Does he have any references?
Do you have any references, Josh Schuster? That name sounds familiar.
I can't put a finger on it.
I can't put it in anything. Well, you get us some references, Josh. We'll look it over. I'll tell you right now, the job is we don't have a budget. So
I brought donuts today. That came, donuts.
And I brought brand new pencils that are mechanical.
Yeah, there you go.
So I give mechanical pencils out to people. So if you work for mechanical pencils and donuts, we got a job for you, Josh Schuster. I'm sure the head coach will like to have you on board as well. So come on back. Oh yeah. Oh, he just told us who his brother's is the head coach. That's who.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
It's that Schuster. Oh, you're.
of the Schusters. Got it.
Oh, the illustrious Schuster family. Yes. Thanks for having a little fun with us, Josh. An unbiased reporter. Well,
wouldn't be you, Charles. Last time I saw you in this stadium, it was the Mud Bowl. So that was I'm not sure we want that lucky charm coming on back, that lucky penny coming back to this doorstep. Of course, the Mud Bowl, historic game where San Diego visited here. They lost to Cal Poly in the regular season. Poly was favored by probably like 3 touchdowns, if I remember the radio reporter at the time. This is a bad look now, so I'm not going to say who it was. But he said, oh, yeah, it's going to be 58-something. San Diego went on to win that game. Was the last time Poly went to playoffs, 2016. Of course, back then it was a grass field, so hence the Mud Bowl. Nice artificial turf now. It's supposed to be very great. I've never been tackled on it, though, so I have no firsthand experience. So if someone wants to get tackled, we've got that job opening.
Yeah, well, Steven, I'll tell you what. Oh, the invisible man's back. He decided to be visible again. We appreciate you. Steven, if you want to go be tackled on the field, we can go do that after the game.
Not in the suit.
Okay, well.
Look,
if wrestlers can wrestle in their suits, if Cody Rhodes can wrestle in his suit.
They famously don't. They take them off and have tights underneath. When was the last time we saw a wrestling match in a suit?
I saw Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw fight somebody in a suit. He wasn't
fighting.
wrestling.
That's different.
Well, same thing. Come on now.
No, it's not. You don't throw blows when you're wrestling.
Oh, Charles is. Come on over, Charles. He's going to let me tackle him.
I'll be happy to coach. I've been coaching jiu-jitsu since the last season, too. Been doing that for Paragon here in town. It's been a great joy. Really enjoy doing it. So, yeah, I'll teach you how to tackle if you want. It says it's easier than you think.
And we have the beautiful setting sun on the back of Bishop's Peak with the beautiful radio antenna tower flashing its red light. The crescent moon rising or setting, whatever it does over there. It's in the shot. You can barely see it.
Yeah, I was going to say, not quite in my eye shot. I got a beautiful piece of steel here.
You're much
taller
taller
about
than me.
rising or setting. Let's get back to the fundamentals of this game of who's going to be rising or setting here in this game. As this game has been wild, Brian.
It has.
Been turnovers on both sides. Just when you think it's going to go one way, it zags back the other. We had an interception by Ronnie Kardashian that led to Mission Prep almost marching down the field, ended up being a punt. We had a trick play that actually gave Mission Prep the 8-7 lead. It's been something else. Bakersfield Christian got a start that's pretty fundamental, but since then, a lot of unenforced errors, bad snaps, bad exchanges, a few passes that were not quite on spot, leading to turnovers. It's been an interesting one.
This game has turned into a battle of defenses as the Royals have come up solid with a fumble recovery by Ronnie Kardashian, a sack by Connor Lopez, and the list just keeps growing of accolades. You know, the multiple touches on the ball by Armin Clayton. And then on the other side of the ball, we got the defense of the Eagles putting up some big work as well. So we have Bo Kardashian. I'm making up names now. Again.
I think Bo Kardashian's a character in Star Wars.
Bo Kardashian? Okay.
Bo-Katan is kind of what I was working off there. That is a real
so
Star Wars
Bo Carr. I'm adding words to his name. I'm adding him to the line of Kardashians. Could you imagine that, the Kardashians and the Carrs joining forces? What kind of power family that would be?
Pretty sure they stick to basketball players, but
okay,
you know.
So, anyways, these defenses have come up clutch here, especially the Royals on that goal line stand, just shutting them down. As the warm-ups tonight for the second half are brought to you by Kennedy Club Fitness, serving San Luis Obispo County for number of years, for decades and decades and decades. Kennedy Club Fitness.
Yeah, you look at all the different points in this game where it could have gone one way or the other, and really that first drive, getting down to the 1 yard line, having a bad snap, getting backed up, and then another bad snap on the field goal, taking those points off the board for Bakersfield, that could be a point where they would lead. You look back, you know, the fourth down that led to the touchdown for Bakersfield Christian. That's why this is a tight game at all. I mean, it's all of these one-play moments where everything's building one direction, and then suddenly everything shifts the other way. It's really about the mental game right now, making sure that you get yourself in the position that when those mistakes happen, you're on the right side of it, just like we saw with Champ Morrissey recovering that fumble earlier in the game to give Mission Prep the inflection point to go get the touchdown on the trick play.
And let's... I lost my train of thought there, Stephen. Forgive me. Let's talk about what the Royals need to do here to stay ahead of the Eagles in the second half to pull out this win, because it's been such a closely fought game. I would say, first off, one of the strengths to the Royals offense was just the fact that they came out strong in the watching from England. I love that we are international, Stephen. I'm still rooting for the space station.
One day, I mean, Cal Poly's heading some guys to the moon here pretty soon.
So
one of the captains on the Artemis space system going to be Cal Poly grad. Anyway, keys of the second half. Go ahead and break those down for you. It's going to be all about those mental mistakes. The first game is always about who's more prepared. What's going to be the outcome of this game is probably going to reflect who makes that second to last mistake, making sure you're on the right side of that mistake margin, making sure you have fewer turnovers than the opponent. Really, just picking up an assignment is going to make the difference in this game. It's about who makes fewer mental mistakes. Who's got their blocking well? Who's going to be filling the gaps when they're on defense? When the ball is fumbled, are you communicating if you can't get to it that someone else is going to come back and grab it? Or if it falls forward, is the line aware that the ball has been fumbled? Those types of situations, the basic fundamental parts that you always expect, well, of course you know what to do in that situation. Well, that's what teaching's all about and what mental mistakes are all about. Sometimes you're not quite all there, and the one that is, they're going to end up walking away with the victory tonight.
So as I was saying, as we get ready for third quarter action here, as our score is 8-7, Mission Prep leads, is I feel like one of the advantages the offense had coming out early was they stuck to a really solid run game, and they just kept working that run game before they decided to let Drew Souza flex his arm a little bit and show what kind of strength he had with his arm. Because he's been throwing some bombs and not necessarily having the accuracy he needs, but he has that distance, and the run game allowed the offense to open up the pass game.
Well, the more emphasis you put on the players in the box through that run game, the better that your pass game opens up. It's a complementary game in that regard, the game of football. And not only that, but running itself has a feedback loop, because those guys that are getting hit, the guys that are having to make the tackles and play the more physical stuff, they're going to get fatigued more readily, more quickly, because they have to guess where the ball is going, where the offense already knows and can put the pressure on those people.
And a squib kick up the middle from Ronnie Kardashian. Quickly covered up by Carson Greer. And it's going to be a Eagles ball at the 41-yard line as the Rolling Stones come over the loudspeaker.
Well, the Eagles got a chance to regroup at halftime. Really, it couldn't have come at a more opportune time in this game because they were struggling going into the half. They had botched snaps, interceptions. They were bobbling a little bit. So that mental reset should give them a chance to come out here and have a little bit more composure.
Two receivers to his right, one to the left. Mather keeps it himself across the 50, and that's going to be enough for the first down, moving the sticks. A 10-yard game. And Talon Mather with they're going to give him a 9-yard gain. And short of the first down, 2nd and 1, 11:38 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. Royals lead by 1, 8-7 here at Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly, downtown San Luis Obispo.
No quarterback power. That play only works if the quarterback's willing to go get hit by a big Mike linebacker. Mather, no fear going between the tackles, right behind his pulling guard, and got a good gain out of it.
Mather with a tight formation at the line, single receiver to his right side. Single back in the backfield, man in motion. Dylan Johnson throws down the line, pass complete to Furtado. Furtado out to the 45 of the Royals before he's dragged down. And then on that tackle is Champ Morrissey. And that's a first down for the Eagles inside 11 minutes here in the third quarter.
And Joseph Clipperton getting his hands up, almost deflecting that before it got started. I like the end coming up field, finding the quarterback and knowing that he's not going to get there, getting the hands up. Makes it a tougher throw on what's a very routine deal. You frequently practice those screens against air. It's a second nature for a quarterback to throw it. So making him throw over a tower to get that ball out, always a good idea.
Talon Mather working from the shotgun. Three receivers to his left, one to the right, handoff to Esparza. Esparza works his way to the right side, finds a seam outside, out past the sticks. That's going to be a first down Eagles. And we have a flag at the 39-yard line of the Royals.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations happening on the near side sideline. Looks like head coach Darren Carr was having some words with Nathan Williams, one of the Eagles along the sideline there. Looks like it may have been an illegal block in the middle of the play.
And the block comes at the spot of the foul. Foul at the 40-yard line. 10-yard penalty sends him back to the 50. And that's going to create a second, replaying first down. That's going to be a 1st and 16 in Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market. And California Fresh Market is your headquarters for all your football party needs. Pick up game day appetizers from their famous wing bar. California Fresh Market, a proud presenting sponsor of Mission Prep football.
Mather staying in for this series. It's really one of those interesting things when you've got two quarterbacks that are vying for the starting job. Who gets the reps when? Coming out of the break after a sloppy first half, Mather coming back in, see if he can settle things down. Might give him the nod for the rest of the season.
10 minutes to go in the third quarter. A quick dossel of handoffs between Johnson and Mather. I'm not sure who was going to take that ball, but Mather comes up with it, scoots out to the right side on the scramble, and gains 2 yards. Second down, and it's going to be second down and 14 now for the Eagles.
It's got to be a really interesting situation for the Eagles quarterbacks here. You're being coached by NFL greats when you get the ball in your hands, but what you're being asked to do is widely different from what they did in high school. And Derek and David Carr were in high school, especially David Carr, the older brother. They were running much more pro in the Valley, much more handing off, getting that traditional 5-step drop. Even when Derek went to Fresno State, is still an old system. This is a spread system, much different than what they ran at their age.
3 to his left, 1 to his right. Receiver count. Pass over the middle. And the pass complete to Furtado, tackled by Drew Harrigan.
A great delivery there, just a stripe down the field and a great catch. I mean, the thing that's made Bakersfield so successful when they were successful in the last couple of years, they keep spreading the ball around. Their top receivers only had 3 or 4 touchdowns each, but the quarterback threw for plenty, a huge score of touchdowns. When you spread the ball around like that, it means the defensive backs can't get comfortable. It makes it so the defense can't shift their best players to 1 or 2 guys. You've got to be aware of everything going on at the field because anyone could be a threat.
3rd and 3, working from the shotgun. Mather sends Esparza in motion to the left. Mather going to keep it himself, looking for a seam up the middle, quickly pulled down by the lineman, Gabe Amata. And gains enough for the first down. Eagles move the sticks on the Mather rush.
But that's enough for
Gabe Amata getting that tackle right along the line of scrimmage, making the contact happen towards the back end, but is that dive forward that gets through. It's why when you are playing defensive line, getting that tie is sometimes good, but sometimes you got to get back and really push that pile backwards. The D-line from Mission Prep has the strength, but Bakersfield Christian has got a lot of big guys up front. That hip level is going to be very important, getting those pads down and getting that leverage.
Johnson in motion. Mather, flags flying. Mather rolls out. Pass to complete to Johnson. And Johnson tied up, pulled out of bounds by Armin Clayton. But those flags came out right after the snap. We're waiting the call from the officials.
Yeah, illegal motion against the Eagles. They're going to say he was moving forward as the ball was snapped. You can't do that. As simple as that. And we were talking about those mental mistakes. That would have been a first down. Now you're getting a 1st and 15 further back than the first down deep in Royals territory that you could have had.
1st and 15. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. And I'll come back to that comment in just a second as the Eagles step to the line. Working from the shotgun is Mather. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, 4 to his left, excuse me. As the tight end set up, quickly pulled down as the pressure comes. Gabe Amata in on the sack at the line of scrimmage.
Gabe Amata, we talked about that pad level. Look, when he came through there, it was like he was trying to sneak into an air conditioning duct. Just snuck right by the tackle, got behind the line of scrimmage. Very small gain as a result. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to thank, they're going with it, so we're going to come back to that again. The Eagles don't want me to thank anybody tonight, so we're going to come back to that. Mather working from the shotgun. Single back in the backfield, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Passes it Esparza into the backfield. Esparza trying to get around the corner and met by Connor Lopez and a number of other Royals and pulled to the turf in the backfield. That's a loss of 1. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
First man there for the Royals.
So here we go. I want to thank our sales team here at Prep Sports Network. They were working hard all season, all preseason, trying to get this package together so we can get on the air. And that would be Daniel Gilman and Chris Sylvester. Gilman working into the late hours of today to secure packages, including our latest edition, Gino's Pizza today, coming at the last minute about 1 o'clock. So I want to appreciate Gilman for his efforts in getting us on the air this season. And working from the line, 3rd and 15. Shotgun snap, tie formation, pressure coming at the line. Nobody get their hands on Mather. Mather completes the pass to Thorson, and Thorson brought down near the line of the first down marker, and Morrissey and Lopez on the tackle. They move the sticks. It's going to be first down, 6:23 on the clock. But again, thanks for our sales team coming in clutch to get us on the air so we can bring you this game and all the Mission Prep games all season long.
Royals aren't going to be happy about that one. Not only was it a 3rd down conversion on a long 3rd down, but their D linemen were held up from behind. It was like a horse collar block. No flag, but that's life. It's how you respond.
The receivers to his left, pass out to his left-hand side, pass complete to Doss. And Doss pushing forward.
Doss on the catch.
And we have a flag at the 20-yard line, Mission Prep side of the field, just by that lovely 0 there on the 20.
Yeah, tight end screen. I love the play design. The problem is wide receivers don't really know how to block. Looks like the initial call is going to be a hold. Indeed, it is against Bakersfield Christian. They'll hold on the perimeter there, allowing the tight end screen to pop as well as it did. I always get mad when you have the split between players. You've got your lighter players and your heavier players, and sometimes, particularly people that used to play quarterback or wide receiver, will call it skill versus strong players. And it's like, no, there's a skill to blocking, and when you don't have that skill, that's what the penalties that you get.
Replay first down.
And they're going to replay first down. Following the penalty, the ball spotted at the 30-yard line. It's going to be first and looks like 18. And we have an alumni spotting on our chat. Cole Tanner chiming in. Royals need to keep their foot on the gas, keep this momentum going. Defensive coming up solid here. Flag flying already. And that pass complete over the middle. Royals on the dog pile to pull the tackle. And the pass complete to Nykamp. Nope, was that Nykamp?
Calderon was the receiver.
Excuse me, Calderon was the receiver on that one, getting a little help from the PA.
Looks like another illegal motion against the offense here. So it's going to be from the line of scrimmage. Replay first down again. First and 25. I was surprised to see when that flag came in because it came in a little bit late. May have had some issues throwing it, but going to be first and 25. You don't see this situation very often.
First and 1,000,000 miles to go. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
Mather's going to be the quarterback coming back in.
First and 23.
First and 23. Need to get down to, looks like they need to get down to about the 11-yard line. Make that the 12-yard line. Shotgun snap. Tight formation, single receiver to the right side. That'd be Chase Furtado. Handoff to Esparza up the middle. And quickly on the tackle, Ethan Ferrales.
Brought down at the line of scrimmage by Ethan Ferrales.
Ferrales just getting into the backfield and making that tackle happen. He had the center beat right off the snap. And that's always embarrassing as a center. Granted, you always have the one hand that's snapping, but you want to seal off that A-gap. You don't want to lose the nose tackle when you're the center. And Ferrales made that happen. Just quick off the draw, getting into the backfield and pulling down for a very small gain, if any.
8-7 our score. Royals lead by 1, 4:35 on the clock. Second and 23 for the Eagles. That pass almost intercepted by Luke Terry off of the fingertips of Dylan Johnson. Ooh.
Yeah, Lucas Elmore had a chance at it too. A great follow through by the Royals. We talked about keeping your head on a swivel, finding where that ball is and trying to execute on mistakes. That was one that very nearly went the Royals' way. Right now, the Eagles got a long way to go, even if they want to get a field goal. We haven't seen much in the way of kicking from either team tonight. So if they want to get a field goal, they've got a ways to go to just get in field goal range on fourth down.
Coming up after the game, we announce our player of the game. Steve and I will join our thoughts and come up with a decision. Stay tuned. Presented by Pass. Nearly intercepted by Luke Terry once again. Intended target, Chase Furtado, broken up. And our player of the game presented by Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White. Serving San Luis Obispo, helping residents select the best home and auto coverage to protect their property. Give her a call today, 805-548-8530.
Had a chance to go to practice yesterday with Coach Schuster. And granted, it is a walk-through practice, so you don't expect to see much, but I was impressed by these defensive backs. The way they get their hands on balls, the way that they always have a head on the swivel, ready for what could happen. There we see Luke Terry just using those skills to the highest. We saw it earlier with Ronnie Kardashian as well, getting that interception. That is almost an interception there, and it's bringing up fourth down in a situation where they must punt. What a play by Luke Terry.
424, punt units out. High snap over the head of the punter. Mather And that's going to be a Mission Prep ball at their own 45-yard line as Lucas Elmerick covers up the punter. And that's going to be a Mission Prep first down at their own 45-yard line.
Disaster, an awful snap, and a good job by Lucas Elmerick getting upfield to make sure he couldn't get some sort of boot off. Leads to a Mission Prep possession starting in Eagle territory when they should have been pinned back by their own goal line. What a change. The Royals got to seize on this momentum just as they did in the first half if they want to extend this lead.
4:19 on the clock. Royals got a second. And here's the snap handoff to the back. Harrigan up the middle, tied up. And we look like we got a wrestling match inside the 40-yard line there. Clock running, we're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the third frame. And Stephen, the way the Royals have played tonight, I got to say, it sticks true to the theme of the year for David Schuster and the Mission Prep Royals of walking worthy.
Well, they're hoping to march a little bit more than walk if they can get this going the way they want.
And Harrigan with the handoff once again from Souza. Looked like the line moved just early of the snap. The referees didn't throw anything, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. 3:45 on the clock. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. It is going to be 3rd and 4 for Mission Prep here. Trying to get down to the 35-yard line for that Mountain Air first down here inside Alex G. Spano Stadium. Looking for the first win of the year on this home season opener. Tie formation at the line. Handoff once again to Harrigan. And Harrigan pushes forward across the line of scrimmage, across the first down marker. And that is a Mountain Air first down. Serving San Luis Obispo since 1970.
Well, unfortunately for the Royals, Harrigan's helmet and cleat came off there, so he's going to head back to the sideline, get his shoe back on and his helmet, but he has to come out for a play. High school rule, if your helmet comes off, you got to bounce out. So going to have a new running back here on first down.
But we've also seen what that new running back could do. That would be Ronnie Kardashian. As Gabe Rodriguez goes in motion at the line, Kardashian spins at the line, gains a good 5 yards out across the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up second down for Mission Prep, and we have a flag on the play.
They're going to call hold against Mission Prep, so this is going to back him up. It looks like it's a little bit past the first down marker, so not going to be that full 1st and 20. We've had a few plays in a row, though, of that, 1 yard, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's been more of a cloud of pellets here on the new thing, so we'll have to find a new way to say that.
The Mountain Air is a family-owned specialty outdoor retail store located in the Central Coast of California. Since 1975, we've been helping all kinds of people, all kinds of skills level, enjoy the outdoor. Check them out on Marsh Street in the Marsh Street Plaza. The Mountain Air since 1975. Stephen, you're not Stephen. You're Thomas.
You could have just rolled with it. No one can see us.
I'm losing my mind here, guys. Royals are about to. Oh, we have a flag.
Came from the side judge here, probably in illegal formation or false start or illegal procedure of some variety there. So Royals, we talked about the mental mistakes for the Eagles. Royals are not immune to it here, making a mental mistake and marching themselves back near where the original line of scrimmage was.
Back past the original line of scrimmage, starting at the 45-yard line. The ball now at the 47. 2:40 on the clock. Looking for multiple options. Luke Terry with it. Luke Terry pushing the ball forward. And he's back down to the line of scrimmage of the play. Out to the 35-yard line of Mission Prep. That is 3rd down and 11 on that gain of 12 by the senior captain.
Luke Terry there showing off what he can do. Second run of the game went much better than the first, which was a sweep for negative yardage. I like the agility and speed that he brings that running back set. Really gives the defense to think about.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Royals.
And that's 4th down now. Excuse me.
It'll be 3rd down.
3rd
Souza
down.
Jumping on the bad snap. So going to be a 3rd and long for the Royals here.
3rd and long from the 36-yard line. Souza coming in from the sideline with the call from offensive coordinator, head coach David Schuster. Single receiver to his left. The pitch. Looking for some room. Can't get out past the 30. And Chase Untall with a short gain. And that gain of 5 is going to be 4th down and 7. The ball spot at the 31-yard line on the left hash mark for Mission Prep.
They're going to go for it here. You really wouldn't gain much from a punt. You always got to ask yourself when you're kicking it, how much do we really expect to get here? The most you're probably going to get 20 yards. Just go for it. Give yourself a chance to score. It's only a 1-point game. You don't know how many more times you'll be in scoring position.
Well, the last punt ended up with a player being tattooed at the 1-yard line. Ball comes loose. Souza does the right thing, falls on it, saves the possession, and turnover on downs to the Eagles with 33 seconds. I know you're giving me funny looks. I said save the possession. I mean, he saves it as in not allowing the Eagles to do anything with the ball at that moment.
I mean, yeah, it's the right idea to jump on it. It's a good reflex to have. As long as there wasn't an Eagle around, just pick it up, try and pitch it. Really, a couple mental mistakes more than a couple mental mistakes there on that drive is what cost the Royals a chance to score. Some poor quarterback center exchanges, as well as some penalties that were just boneheaded penalties. That's going to give the Eagles back the ball.
33 seconds here in the quarter, and we have a flag coming out of the backfield from the white hat. He's the official that can do it.
And it looks like it'd be a legal motion again against the Eagles. He's trying to tell the Eagles coaching staff specifically what he's calling it on, loud enough that we can hear it up here.
Yeah.
However, the Eagles falling on deaf ears. They're going to be arguing this and trying to say whatever they were doing was the proper way to do it. This is a situation where you just got to kind of shrug and say, hey, that's the rule book you're calling. That's fine. It can't be that vital to this Eagles offense to have a short motion. If you're going to try and run it forward, it's illegal. That's all there is to it.
And that coach has yellow shoes just like the yellow of the flags. So he might be throwing his own shoes out there sooner or later. And a high snap to Mather, able to keep control and just tattooed at the 30. Good golly almighty. Coming up was Champ Morrissey, with that big smacking hit at the line.
Champ Morrissey getting great penetration there. It is lucky for the Eagles that was a designed run from the start, so he had some blocks to follow, but the Royals sensed the blood in the water.
We're coming up to the end of the 3rd quarter, and with that, our score is 8-7. Mission Prep holding on tight to that 1-point lead. We'll be back with 4th quarter action. Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country. Book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
Tonight's 4th quarter is presented by Milestone Tavern, the official post-game hangout spot for Mission Prep Athletics. Milestone Tavern is located at 972 Foothill Boulevard in University Square. Thomas likes Milestone Tavern. I do too. I gotta say, they make some great Long Island iced teas over there.
Hope you guys aren't having the same menu then. Less than a mile from where we are now, so it's a great post-game hangout, whether you're watching the game live or at home. Swing on by Milestone Tavern afterwards.
second and 13 following the shift of the quarters here in the fourth. And a short pass complete in the backfield, excuse me. And we have a loss of downs. Robert Hernandez with the completion. A loss of
Gabe Alamada getting in the backfield there and making the tackle. Finished one of his teammates started, just taking it to the ground. And that's what you want to see from a defense, especially early in the season. When everyone's swarming the ball, everybody wants to make that play. It's critical for situations like that. You never know when a teammate's going to not be able to make the tackle. Worst case scenario, you get there and you're able to celebrate with them.
3rd and 15. 4 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. 5 linemen in front of him. Mather working from the shotgun. Fires this one over the middle. That one's too hot. That hot tamale. Incomplete to Dylan Johnson. And no Royal came up with that one. So that's 4th down, 4th and 15. A quick 3 and out for the Eagles.
And that's just a fatigue mistake for the Eagles right there. When you're a wide receiver, you want to catch the ball away from your body because every part of your body is softer than the chest plate that you're wearing as part of your shoulder pads. That ball hits the chest plate, it will absolutely bounce, and there's no telling what it's going to do. He had a good chance to catch it. He let it come into his body, bounced off the shoulder pads, and that was it.
Luke Terry back to receive at the Mission Prep Royals 45. And Nightcap with the boot. And Ronnie Kardashian runs away from this one. And it goes out at the 45-yard line. We have a flag on the play on the far sideline in front of the Mission Prep bench at the Eagles' 44-yard line.
A strange place for a flag as it's 12 yards past the line of scrimmage and away from where the ball was being kicked. And his back is to us, so didn't quite see what it was, but it's against Mission Prep. Could have been an illegal block. Holding during the kick is what they're going to say. So this will march them back a little bit further into their own territory, but Mission Prep going to have a good chance, as there's a substitution question going on, going to have a good chance to make something happen here. Their offense has been coming alive in fits and spurts, but it's been the mental errors, the bad exchanges, the missed blocks, the penalties on illegal motions or cadences that really cost the Royals, especially on their last drive. So if they're able to stitch that up, they should be able to get something going here.
The Royals lead 8-7, 10:56 on the clock here in the final frame of the season opener. Handoff to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan pushes forward up the middle, quickly tackled by Brody Herta.
With the tackle.
And a 4-yard gain for the Mission Prep Royals.
I'm really enjoying watching this pitch and then go up to block that Souza's been doing. It's not often you see quarterbacks get involved in the play the way that he is. You saw it with Dorian Thompson-Robinson last night with the whoever he's playing with. He made 2 blocks in the same play. Here we're seeing it with Souza getting upfield after the ball is out of his hands.
Spin, hands off to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan gets those wheels churning across the 40, but quickly tied up after a 3-yard gain. And that is a 3rd down and 3 now. And that's the way the run game works. To be effective, chipping it away a couple yards here, a couple of yards there, you get a 1st down.
Last season, Drew Harrigan got 5 yards per carry against the Eagles. It's going to be a little bit less than that tonight, but again, the beauty of a run-first offense is that it's wearing away that second level. The second level is getting fatigued much quicker than the O-line that's pushing the ball forwards.
Brian Stanley with you. Stephen Hodges on the mic as well. Rolling out. Souza looking for a receiver. Pass incomplete. And a big hit delivered to Champ Morrissey.
Drew Johnson delivered that during the catch, and he's just underneath the shoulder pads. He had nothing there but diaphragm absorbing that hit. So looks like he got a little bit winded from it. It is a good, clean hit across the torso, though, so everything should be on the up and up. Unfortunately for the Royals, it will lead to 4th down.
4th and 3 for the Mission Prep Royals, and the kick unit out. 9:25 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Mission Prep Royals lead the Bakersfield Christian Eagles 8-7. A good, solid kick. Takes a Eagles bounce, stopped at the 30-yard line. Thomas Glenn delivering a nice boot across the 50. Eagles start with it on the left hash mark, 30-yard line. They got 70 yards to find the end zone. 9:15 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me, Stephen Hodges on the camera, Thomas Bowden.
I tell you what, 15 combined points is not how I expected this game to go for either team. Really been a tight one, and it's been one where it's just finding the right ways to get into first gear, you know. And they keep on jackrabbiting the car. You can't stall it out. You got to get into gear if you want to get going. Neither team has had a smooth drive in this game, and that's really why the game has remained so low scoring.
9:15 on the clock, 1st and 10. Handoff to Esparza. Esparza looking to get some room outside to the right. And he's tied up quickly by Connor Lopez, but Esparza gains 11 yards. Josh Esparza with the first down for the Eagles. And 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Bakersfield Christian on the move again.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that sweep play from Bakersfield Christian. They really like to highlight their wide receivers with all of their play. Nothing highlights a wide receiver more than that jet sweep.
8:45 on the clock now here in the final quarter. Live from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And that pass complete on his knees to Chase Furtado.
Armin Clayton there for the tag-off tackle, but once you're on your knees in the backfield, there's nothing you can do in high school. They don't have the same rules of you can get up and start moving around. If you're on your knees anywhere, you're down. So that is just a poor execution, losing his base and falling to the ground. Granted, he was chasing a throw that was off target as well.
8:10 on the clock. We're in the final quarter. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line, 2nd and 12 for the Eagles, wearing their road whites, blue trim. Handoff to Esparza once again. Chased down out of bounds by Connor Lopez. And in on the chase as well is Lucas Elmerick.
Another tackle by Connor Lopez.
Is it going to be a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, depending on how you define your longs? And that's not where the Eagles like to be. You know for the power run of Mission Prep, they always want those 3rd and shorts. Well, you're limiting the playbook for the Eagles when you've got a 3rd and long situation, just as much as you limit the playbook for a run-first offense like the Royals in a similar situation.
Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. 8 yards for the first down. They got to get to the Mission Prep 49-yard line. Mather working from the shotgun. 4 receivers to his left. Rolls out to his right side, outside the hash marks. Pass complete to Chase Furtado, who comes out from the left side across the field. And that's going to be a first down for the Eagles. 7:45 on the clock as he's chased out of bounds.
Hermero on the tackle, but far too late. The Eagles looking to get the first score since the Royals had that 2-point conversion way back in the early part of the second quarter. So they're going to take their time here. There's not a ton of time left in this game. We're deep in the fourth quarter now. So you got to pick your spots. You got to find a way to finish this drive.
Mather working from the shotgun. Shimmy shakes. Loses his footing as the big nose guard comes through. Ethan Ferralis. The pressure coming in to shake up Mather.
Ferralis has been having a wonderful game up front. When he's been on, he's been absolutely slowing the run, being a terror to the quarterback, everything that you want out of a nose tackle. Ferralis making a big impact in his first game for varsity.
It is 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. 7:10 on the clock. Clock is running. We're live from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. A delayed handoff. And quickly goes down is Dylan Johnson. And wrapping up Johnson was Gabe Amata. A number of other Royals on the play as well.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see on those sweep plays. The defense swarmed with him. There's no opening. What he's looking for as the running back is for the first space where his blockers are winning the battle. Everyone stayed with the ball. Everyone was flowing. There's nowhere to go but backwards, and that's what happened.
3rd and 14. We've seen a lot of these big third downs in the second half. Mather steps back, throw complete, and quickly not able to turn is Robert Hernandez on the stutter step. And Hernandez loses a yard. And Clayton causes a loss of 1. Armin Clayton brings up a 4th and 15. A good stop for the defense of the Royals.
Armin Clayton having a nice little game for himself as well. A lot of the Royals that have been asked to step up and take over for the seniors that graduated, doing exactly that. Armin Clayton having another big tackle that leads to a key turning point in the game, as it looks like it's going to be a punt situation. But, you know, this deep in a game, nothing's as it seems, you know. Could be anything.
Well, you talk about seniors having to step up as the punt unit's out for the Eagles. And this is a slow punt. And the Royals aren't even going to try to return it, as it's returned inside the 10. And the Eagles not happy by that pickup. They wanted to go down inside the 5.
Yeah, the ball was still rolling. It's still a live ball until it comes to a stop. So they wanted that extra little bit. Every little bit helps, especially if you're in a situation where you're down by 1. And if that ball rolled all the way to the 1, you're looking at a potential safety situation, which we had in the first game last year against Bakersfield Christian for Mission Prep. That's how they ended up with the 9 points. It was a touchdown and a safety. So not unheard of in this matchup. The Royals will be taking over deep in their own territory on the 7.
Spotted at the 7-yard line. The pitch to the back. And a short gain for Drew Harrigan out to the 9-yard line. We were talking about seniors stepping up. There's only 7 returning players that are seniors from last year's squad. And there's only 27 players in total on this roster.
I was talking with Coach Schuster about this, as I've been around since they made the jump from 8-man. It sounds like a small number, but back when this program made the jump to 11, that is a big number to have. So it's great to be in a situation where that's your curse. Is we only got 7 guys that are graduating.
Hand off to Drew Harrigan. He gets back to the 9-yard line. Give it to 10, and that's bringing up 3rd down. And the Royals just working the clock now.
It's a little early to be working the clock. I think they've been trying to drive the ball as much as possible. Going to be an official timeout in this. They're going to force a substitution for the Eagles.
Somebody looked like they got their bell rung. That's going to be Damian Arredondo. He just seems a little like shaking his head, like he's not really sure what happened.
Not sure if that's Damian Arredondo or Carson Greer, who's actually been a major player in this game. So,
Carson Greer, yes.
Yeah, they're going to take some time with him and take a look at him. Coming off very gingerly, so hopefully he's all right. Mission Prep with a pivotal play. There's been a lot of them in this game. It's been a seesaw, as it's going to be 3rd and medium, deep in their own territory. So even a punt may not be a salvation moment for them if they don't get some yardage here.
Inside 4 minutes to go. 8-7 our score. 3rd and 7. Ball spotted at the 10-yard for Mission Prep. They need a big first down here. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Handoff up the middle. And that's not going to be enough for the first down, as we have a timeout on the field.
Kardashian on the carry.
And Kardashian carrying that one. And we're going to have an Eagles timeout on 4th down. So we're going to go ahead and take the timeout with them. We'll be right back.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American.
Fourth down, kicking units out. 4th and 3, ball on the 14. And Thomas Glenn with the boot. That ball almost became live as Noah Ocampa was in the range of the bouncing ball. And that punt comes down at the 37-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, high, weirdly twisting one. Not really what they were hoping for there. Hoping to get a little bit of a bounce, maybe get it closer to the 50, maybe into Eagles territory. But, you know, you have what you have. So defense has got a very short field to deal with. They've got to find a way to stall out the Eagles once again. They've been successful on that on all but one drive so far. And even on that drive, it came to a 4th down.
Well over 200 viewers tonight currently on this stream. We do appreciate you being with us. Deep pass. And Dylan Johnson with the reception. And that is a 37-yard touchdown pass for Dylan Johnson. And the Eagles, with one strike, take the lead here in the 4th quarter with 3:22 remaining. Stephen?
That's a tough one. It's a deep strike post route that just timed perfectly and got to the end zone. This is what that offense is capable of. Everyone knew it coming in, but it's been quieted so far. We're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt here for the Eagles. They've been less successful when they've needed these short situations, so going to be a big play call here to make it either a full touchdown or might just be a 6-point lead, or it'd be a 5-point lead, excuse me.
13-8 our score. Four receivers to his right, one to his left. 5 receivers set. That pass intended for Furtado. And incomplete, no good. So our score remains a 5-point lead. So a touchdown and an extra point or a 2-point conversion can make this a 2-score game. Or a 1-score game, excuse me. Can still make this a 1-score game, requiring the Eagles to get a field goal.
Yeah,
I'm doing math here, then I'm not good at math.
Yeah, any score by the Royals is really what they're looking for here. They probably will go for 2 when they get it, just so they have that full field goal cushion rather than trying to make it a field goal to win, regardless if you score or not. So a lot of things got to happen before that. Namely, the Royals have to find the end zone. They haven't been able to do that through traditional means yet. Their one score in the game so far came on a trick play. Little bounce pass that went to Terry down the side of the field. And you can't really rely on trick plays as you get deeper in a game. It's not something you really want to make your bread and butter. So it'll be up to the Royals to see what they can do with a limited clock. They're hoping for one drive, and that's going to be good enough to win.
So my Twitter popped up, and I noticed Lorenzo Reyna is tweeting information about this game tonight. So I'm wondering, 1, if he's in the house, or 2, he's happened to join us on our stream, and he should give us a shout-out. Luke Terry with the return, collecting it at the 5-yard line, trying to find a seam. He's out to the 10, the 15, trying to get out to the 20, and taken down at the 18-yard line.
Luke Terry on the return.
And that is a 13-yard gain for Luke Terry. And the Royals had 3 minutes and 15 seconds to get back into this one. And quite a different game than last year.
Well, we saw them open up the offense a little bit earlier this game. They really trusted in Souza's arm for a bit. They did some work out of that what's called 10 personnel. So 1 running back, 0 tight ends. They are able to run the ball effectively with that. Looks like they're getting back into that set here. So expect them to move the ball quickly. There's some players still on that are used to playing this type of game.
Trips to the right, single receiver to his left. Souza with a deep pass and unable to complete it.
Pass intended for Jaden Noziel.
And Noziel was the intended target.
Josh Esparza on the coverage.
And that is 2nd down and 10 for Mission Prep, 3:11 on the clock.
And you wonder why all the offenses now do the shotgun snap. You know, it's a little bit riskier. You can snap the ball over the quarterback's head, which you can't do when it's under center. It can dribble. It can do all sorts of stuff. Well, it gives the quarterback a great chance so he doesn't have to do a drop back. There you saw Souza kind of do his drop back and already had people in his face. If he had started in shotgun, he may have had a clearer look there. I still prefer going under center, though, as they traditionally do.
Trips to his right, and ball handed off to Ronnie Kardashian. And Kardashian pushes forward across the 25 to the 26-yard line. That brings up a 3rd and 2 for Mission Prep. With less than 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. We're live from Alex G. Spano Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. 2:45 on the clock. And the line pushes out as Kardashian carries the ball once again.
It's going to be close. The chains are on our side of the field where the ball went out of bounds on the other side. They might have to measure. No, they're signaling for the first. They got just enough.
Kardashian out to the 28-yard line. It is going to be a Mountain Air first down, serving San Luis Obispo since 1975. Mountain Air for all your outdoor needs, from the novice to the experienced. Stephen, I think that's the store I need to go to because I don't know anything about the outdoors.
I'm sure they'll help you out.
Split receivers, single back. Souza steps back. Throw incomplete to the left side. And Noziel diving to the turf. Try to collect that one. No good. 2nd down and 10. 2:37 on the clock. 2:37 is a good number. That is my fraternity roll number. Beta Theta Pi Zeta Eta San Jose State Chapter.
Yeah, I understood some of those words. In the meantime, 2:37, not quite a nice number for Mission Prep. Clock is ticking down. If they get back to Bakersfield with fewer than 2 minutes left, they still have their timeouts, but it's going to be tight. They've got to make sure that they work well on this drive.
Souza steps back looking for a receiver. He's got Connor Lopez juggling, and Lopez stretching out trying to get the first down. That is a 3rd and 1. Lopez showing off he's ready for the circus. He can juggle the football. He can also carry a football.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're going to be looking to do here. 3rd and short. When you got a quarterback like Souza, you can always do that QB sneak to get what you need.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Ball comes loose. Souza falls on it. And that's going to be a loss of 1. Bringing up 4th and 2. And Coach Schuster needs to talk this one over with the squad because this one's for all the marbles. Now, you can't punt this one away with 2:01 on the clock because you're probably not going to get it back.
No, absolutely not. And it's frustrating for a coach because if you can't get the quarterback center exchange down, there's not anything you can really do. That's the start of every play. So to have that be the error that pushes you back on 4th down is heartbreaking.
Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. When you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, you can count on Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Check them out, Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Oh, let's read another one while we're up here. Coming up after the game, we'll announce the Mission Prep player of the game. Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White, serving San Luis Obispo, helps residents select the best home and auto insurance to protect their property and belongings. Book your appointment today with Jennifer White by calling 805-548-8530.
Well, this is the game here for Mission. They've got to find a way to get past that first down marker, currently shadowing that 48-yard line. So, excuse me, the 38-yard line. And this is going to be a big push.
And you can see the rumble of the Still Stadium here on the visitor side of Alex G. Spano Stadium. 4th and 2 under center. And a bad snap once again haunts the Royals.
Fumble on the snap recovered by the Royals, but it's a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. That is not what Schuster dialed up.
No, but that's what the game's had in store today. It's been all sorts of those first game jitters for everyone. Both the Eagles and the Royals having issues with snaps, quarterback exchanges, finding the right spots. It's really not been the cleanest game. And hopefully it doesn't end that way for the Royals, but it would be a slightly fitting way with how many issues have been on the ball for that to be the defining play.
Mather back in on at center, quarterback for the Eagles, and Connor Lopez quick to the backfield to bring down Hernandez as the clock continues to run in favor of the Eagles. Minute 50 on the clock now.
Love to see the effort level from Connor Lopez there. He knows that the game is still up for grabs. Anything could have happened there. We've seen the exchange issues all night. Why wouldn't another one happen? Just shot his way into the backfield and pulled down the runner for a loss. Love to see the effort late in the game. Connor Lopez has been fantastic all night, trying to end the night with maybe more of an exclamation point than what they have in the cards right now.
Tight formation at the line for the offense of the Eagles. 1:12 on the clock. And that ball on the turf once again. 3rd down. 109.
On the carry, brought down by a host of Royals. Timeout, Mission Prep.
And Ethan Corrales with the tackle, but they take a timeout immediately to save that clock.
109 on the clock. And Stephen, I gotta say, this is my first time in Spano Stadium. I've seen it from a distance. I've seen it on film. I've seen it in photographs. It is a beautiful stadium.
It's a really nice stadium. They're still under construction, too. They're trying to make it even more beautiful with the addition of the John Madden Football Center. That's the kind of blocked off area on the left side of the screen that, not in frame now, but has been in frame earlier in the game. That's just a set of old baseball pads from the looks of it, kind of blocking off the end zone. Going to keep expanding, making it better. In fact, the end zone that the Jumbotron in the right end zone, that's all brand new. They're working hard to improve athletics here at Poly every year.
Cal Poly playing my alma mater. As Mather keeps it himself. He's got the wheels of steel rolling. And he takes a big hit at the 20-yard line. Pushed out of bounds. 1:02 on the clock. And that's a first down for the Eagles. A fresh set of downs.
First down, Eagles.
With Mission Prep having 1 timeout remaining. 1:02. The clock is stopped as Mather was pushed out of bounds on the tackle.
Yeah, so with 1:02 left, it's just a matter of the Eagles need to get the ball cleanly and keep it in bounds. That's not been an easy task all game, though. So I wouldn't quite book it yet, but definitely start penciling it in. This is going to be a tough one for the Royals, and the Eagles probably got a lot to learn from this one as well. It is not a clean game on either side.
Man in motion. Esparza Mather going to keep it himself once again. And quickly tied up at the line of scrimmage as the clock continues to run. Approaching 50 seconds to go in this final frame. In this season opener for both squads, Mission Prep opening up at home here at Alex G. Spano Stadium, Mustang Memorial Field. 4 more home games this regular season.
Well, you look at the fields that almost said Cal Poly. Mission Prep's going to be playing with their home here at Cal Poly. Got some fantastic fields, including Bishop Diego next week is going to be played at La Playa Stadium in Santa Barbara. If you're not familiar with La Playa Stadium, there's no visiting bleachers, and the stadium looks out directly onto the marina. One of the most beautiful vistas in all of football, almost like college football again, because I've been there with Hancock. One of my favorite places to go in general is it's going to be a delay of game against the Eagles so that they could be sure they got all of that clock off. And now they're going to probably just take a knee here and finish it out.
Stephen, I got to say, I'm stairs at La Playa. I'm not looking forward to them.
Well, I don't think you'll need to take the stairs because you can park at the top. It's
okay.
The stairs down that so don't drop a contact or anything. If I remember right, you can park right up by the press box.
Well, I've never been to that side. I've only been to the downside of it in the field.
I thought you were about to say I've only had to be the visitor side, and I said somebody's.
No.
You got changed out your headlight fluid too.
I went there for track and field, so and then you got to walk up the bleachers. I didn't know you could park up top. I don't know nothing about Santa Barbara.
You're going to learn a lot between this week and next week when Mission Prep goes on the road, playing Bishop Diego at La Playa Stadium in beautiful Santa Barbara, California.
7 seconds on the clock. Clock runs. Drop of the knee. And that's our final here from Alex G. Spano Stadium, 13-8. Mission Prep falls in the home opener, season opener, to the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. And we'll be right back with our post-game wrap-up, and we'll announce a player of the game for your Mission Prep Royals, presented by Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White. Stay tuned.
Jennifer White. As the road you travel changes, so can your insurance needs. Talking with Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White can help you assess whether you're ready for the journey ahead. Call Farmers Agent Jennifer White today at 805-592-1272. That's Jennifer White at 805-592-1272.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission Prep football on Prep Sports Network. Our final score here from Alex G. Spano Stadium, 8-13. Mission Prep falls in the season opener to the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. Starting scoring in the second quarter, 11:51. Dylan Johnson with a 45-yard run knocks it open 7-0 for Bakersfield Christian. In the second quarter, Luke Terry takes a 65-yard pass to the barn, followed a two-point conversion by Drew Harrigan, 8-7 our score. And then we see a score in the fourth quarter by Dylan Johnson once again, 37-yard pass. Missed the extra point. Our final score, 13-8. Stephen, before we go any further, we have to announce our player of the game for your Mission Prep Royals, our Mission Prep Royals, the Mission Prep Royals, presented by Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White. And drum roll, please. And the winner is?
Luke Terry.
Luke Terry winning our first player of the game, having the only Mission Prep touchdown as our cameraman takes off for the evening. Thank you, Thomas, for your wonderful help tonight.
Well, I mean, it's more than just a touchdown, though. Luke Terry contributed on defense, had a couple pass breakups, did well, was running great routes, had a couple good runs between the tackles. Luke Terry was all over the place. Really proud of him. He had a great game. So, yeah, he's our Royals player of the night.
Royals player of the night. And we will be back on the air next week as we travel to Santa Barbara on the campus of Santa Barbara City College La Playa Stadium. Bishop Diego Cardinals hosting your Mission Prep Royals. As the Royals look to get into the win column for the first time this year, we do appreciate everybody being with us. Our sales staff, Chris Sylvester, Daniel Gilman. Appreciate the Mission Prep staff, head coach David Schuster, Darnell Harris, and Kevin Hitchen for their help in bringing us into this Cal Poly transition.
And let's talk a little bit about that administration real quick. We've been talking about Alex G. Spano Stadium all night, Cal Poly's football stadium, obviously. That doesn't happen without a dedicated administration that's dedicated to making football a great thing here at Mission Prep. So fantastic job all around by the administrators here, not just the Mission Prep administrators, but the administrators at Cal Poly. They've been fantastic hosts to us, making sure that we can get this done and allowing Mission to come play here. Big thank you to Cal Poly and all the staff and administration involved in bringing us here and allowing Mission Prep to play games. It's a whole village to make this thing work, and every single one of those people, made this happen. This doesn't happen without a lot of support. So thank you so much to the administration, both Cal Poly and Mission Prep.
So as I was saying earlier, this was my first time in the stadium. I was trying to get to a point, and somehow I missed getting to the point. And the point was, if you've never been to Alex G. Spano Stadium for a football game or a soccer match or anything that can happen on this green field or this pitch or whatever you want to call this turf that's out here in front of us, come to this stadium. This is a beautiful stadium. And I want you all to experience it. This, like I said, this is my first time here, and I actually want to come back for a Cal Poly football game now because I've never been here. First
Saturday of September, going to be playing University of San Diego here, Catholic University out of San Diego. Great chance for people to come on out and watch the team. Also, be playing Lincoln University a couple weeks after that when we have the Thursday game against Santa Ynez. Another great home game. Both are very good, favorable matchups for Cal Poly. I'd love to see you in the stands, but won't be in the stands. I'll be doing my other job.
Be doing your other job as Stephan works with the broadcast team on Cal Poly Radio for football. Stephan, any final words? Any final thoughts?
No. I mean, as far as the final thoughts go, we talked a lot about mental mistakes tonight, and it seems like one of those things, it's extremely frustrating to go through as a football team where you had a chance to win games, and it was things like botched snaps, stuff like that. The good news for Mission Prep, most of the problems that they had tonight were mental. There's things that you can't fix if you're not fast enough, if you're not big enough. Those are things you want to fix in the offseason. The scheme doesn't work. The scheme was working. It's just the little mental mistakes. So there's a lot of good building blocks. Same thing with Bakersfield. Bakersfield Christian had a lot of things that they can fix up and get better at. The biggest problems were mental issues, and you can fix those mid-season. So it's going to be a big, exciting season for Mission Prep. I'm so excited to be back, and I can't wait to see what's down the road for these Royals.
These Royals will be back next week with Stephan and I live from Santa Barbara on the campus of Santa Barbara City College La Playa Stadium versus Bishop Diego Cardinals. Join us, will ya? Thank you for being with us tonight. Get home safe if you're not at home, and if you are, enjoy your evening.